Hello everybody, and today I'm going to share with you why shooting in 30p and editing in 24p could be a bad idea. So over the years, I've always shot in 30p and then edited in 24p. Now I haven't had any issues with that for months until recently. So all the time I thought it was fine to do just that. However, now I've realized something else. So especially in my slider shots, I realized that shooting in 30p and editing in 24p resulted in very skippy and choppy videos. So I looked into the issue and I was shocked why I didn't realize not to do this earlier on. So basically what happens when you shoot 30p and edit in 24p is, in 30p you are shooting one frame every 30th of a second. So you are shooting 30 even frames in 1 second. However, in 24p you are supposed to have one frame every 24th of a second. That means you're supposed to have 24 even frames in 1 second. However, 30 isn't exactly a multiple of 24, so how 30p actually converts into a 24p timeline is basically it will drop out every 5th frame. So it will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it will drop out the 5th frame, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, drop out the 5th frame. So what this does is it's actually skipping one frame of your video for every 5 frames. So that might not be very noticeable when you're doing a static shot, but however, when you are having a shot with regular movement that can be anticipated, for example, a slider shot or a static shot with something moving with uniform velocity across the frame, this could cause a problem. You will notice that the video just is very choppy and very skippy when you are doing this. So for example, here is a slider shot I did, which was shot at 30 FPS and then imported into a 24 FPS timeline. So you can see the frames are actually skipping because of the 30 to 24 FPS. Now here's what it should look like if it's shot natively on 24 FPS. And you can see the movement is very uniform. If there's a lot of irregular motion in the frame, then the choppiness might be sort of concealed. But however, like I said, if it's a very anticipatable movement, then it would be rather apparent. So my advice on whether to shoot 24 FPS or 30 FPS would be every single time before you hit the record button, think about your final export. Think about the project you're going to do with that footage. If that footage is going to be used for a 30 FPS timeline, then sure, go ahead, shoot in 30 FPS. But however, if that shoot is going to be shoot in 24 FPS, it's always better to shoot natively in 24 FPS. So the movement just looks a lot more smoother when you do so. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions and comments, just post them in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.